Hey, welcome back everybody. It is July 26th, just after noon. Temperature is probably close to 100. I took about a 30-minute break after getting through the first 5 hives, pulling some honey, adding some new medium boxes with 10 frames of new foundation, topping off a whole bunch of 1-gallon division board or in hive feeders. Feel a lot better, still kind of soaking wet, but got some refreshments, cooled off under the hose, which is absolutely refreshing. And now I'm over here at hive number 6 to give them another weekly inspection. So thinking of the full backstory of this hive, I made this split probably 2 to 3 weeks ago, more so probably 3 weeks ago. I added a frame from hive number 5 last week that had a mature queen cell on it, but between last week and the week before, if that makes sense at all, hive number 6 produced about 4 queen cells. So they're trying to get queen right. I'm not entirely sure what happened to the queen cells, the 2 queen cells I made the split from initially a few weeks ago. It looks like they hatched out. Maybe they did hatch and just never returned from their mating flight. But either way, here we are. It's another week and we're back at number 6 to give them a look and see if they have become queen right or not. There's not too much activity coming from the front entrance of the hive, which that does give me concerns. However, I don't know if you can see it from that angle, but from this angle there's quite a few bees in here. So let's look through them frame by frame. I have my queen catcher marking tool and my queen clip ready in case I do come across a queen. But yeah, let's take a look and see what they're up to. And actually, because I know there's queen cells within these first few frames, that's just force of habit where I typically start removing frames from. Let's remove frame number 9 and 10 to give myself some room to work, knowing most likely there's not much going on those frames. And I'll work towards frames 1, 2, 3, and 4 and everything. And they're already starting to become kind of upset with me. So let's see, what am I on? It's a 9 frame, so that's 9, 8. That's frame 7. I'm also checking for eggs in case I do find eggs before I find a queen or anything. And just like I said last week, but in case you have not watched those videos, I just need to tell myself, I just need to remind myself to, hold on a sec, there's something weird going on in the bottom of the colony here. I'll show you first and then I'll see what I can do to remove it and then hopefully get a better look at it. I don't know what that is. I don't know what's going on there. So let me try and remove that. That is extremely weird. If anybody has a clue to what I'm looking at here, feel free to share. Alright, back to what I was doing. Yeah, I just need to keep telling myself that this hive does not have a marked queen. So if I find eggs, obviously that's a good thing. But to also remind myself to slow down and actually look for a queen so I can catch her and mark her, hopefully. I'm assuming that's one of the queen cells. It looks like it's chewed out to some extent. But yeah, this is kind of what I was afraid of. Usually when a hive is queenless for a while, the bees definitely do what they're supposed to do, and they'll start packing away the honey. But then they become honey bound, and you run into those problems. Really curious to see what the frames look like that had the queen cells. Which should be the next frame, at least one of them. Trying to slow down and see if I see any eggs or anything. I know there were eggs from, I believe this was the frame that I moved over from number 5. And I'll show you in a second. I just want to look at this frame to see if I can find a queen or not, because I mean, that looks like an emerged queen cell. Hopefully you can see that on camera. I mean, it's completely chewed out from the bottom. And I do not see the other one frame. I think it was the previous frame. I'll have to double check. It had about four queen cells on it. I don't see any eggs, which is fine. Kind of makes sense if that queen just emerged last week. So I'm gonna double check this colony. Virgin queens are pretty elusive. Like they will avoid you successfully. But yeah, I'm just gonna look through this again real quick. There is one more frame to check. So, since that queen cell looks like it did hatch, again, I'm just going to check a little more thoroughly, because I know if they have a queen, she's not going to be marked. The bees are extremely calm, which is nice. I mean, if that's a queen right there, I'm thinking that might be her. That thorax is a lot bigger. I'll try and get a better look. She's kind of buried right now. Her thorax is a lot bigger right there. Let's do a quick experiment. I'm going to try and cage her. Her thorax is bigger than the others. Oh crap, where'd she go? Actually, you know what? I'm gonna leave them alone this week, because that one queen cell looks like it did hatch out successfully. I'm gonna leave them alone this week and check back on them again next week. That might be a virgin queen I was showing you. I don't know if that really came up on camera that well. Her thorax was definitely bigger than other worker bees, female bees. Her abdomen wasn't all that big, so she may not have made it just yet. So with all that being said, let me top them off with some sugar water. I'll be right back. I need to fill up the feeder, and we'll take another look at them next week, because that may have been a virgin queen I was just showing you. Yeah, I almost wanted to mark her, but I thought if that's a virgin queen, I really don't want to ruin anything, because she may not have, well, she hasn't gone on her mating flight yet. So just err on the side of caution. Huh, that's weird. These feeders are supposed to do a better job from bees drowning, but doesn't look like the case. Anything here I can get that out with? Maybe this pen. Oh, this pen works. Alright, well, that's that. Okay, so that does it for number 6. Not entirely sure if they are queen right. Again, that may have been a virgin queen. Almost was pretty tempted to mark her, but then I thought maybe it's not a good idea. Don't want to ruin anything if she hasn't gone out and made it yet. Alright, so that does it. Hive number 6. I'll check on them next week. Hopefully that one suspect looking virgin queen will have made it, return, started to lay. And if that is the case, I will mark her just like the rest of the colonies. Alright, thanks for watching Cole's Farm. Another weekly look at a relatively new split I made within the last month, probably within the last 3 weeks or so. So yeah, check back next week, and maybe that queen will have mated and started to lay eggs by then. And if that is the case, I will mark her, and I'll show you all how that's done if you haven't watched any of the previous videos. Alright, cool. Thanks for watching, everybody. Appreciate it. Cole's Farm, Jacksonville, North Carolina.